right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Garage Gym Athlete Podcast. Jerred Moon here with Joe Courtney. How's it going, Joe?
Pretty good, man. What's our problem today that we are solving?
No sunshine. I was going to sing a song, but I didn't do it. It's a song. You know the song, right? Come on. You're going to make me
You Are
sing
My
it?
Sunshine?
Nope, not that
No?
one.
Okay. Pocket Full of Sunshine?
I got to send it to you. I have to find it. I wasn't prepared for this.
That's good.
But anyway, it is no sun. So this individual says that he works out in his basement and is not getting any sun, and it can be a little depressing. Can't move everything outdoors. Let's just say he can't. All right. Either it's too cold or it's too hot. Too hot, not an excuse. Too cold, I can agree with. But yeah, Joe worked outside when it was 194 degrees in Bahrain. Didn't they shut the gym down at like 10 a.m. though because it would get too hot or something? The outdoor gym?
No, they just didn't man it all day. But yeah, it would shut down at 9 a.m. and then open back up at 5 p.m. It might have been because of heat as well, because when I was working out at 6:30, it was like 115 in the summer in the shade. And they like had these giant fans to cool off the area. And it was like, it actually felt decent in the shade at 115, but that was like my workout outside cutoff.
115,
but still 115 in the shade.
Yeah, that's a good cutoff. I'm really looking forward to summer. This thing's heating up. All right, so what do we do with no sun? Sun is important. I mean, we've done studies on vitamin D. It's in the EO3 elements that you should be getting your vitamin D every single day. My preference of vitamin D is not supplementation. It is the sun hitting your skin. Other than the winter months. So what do you think? What should you do if you're like a basement dweller, or even just a full on in the garage gym? You like don't walk outside or train that much. How are we getting our vitamin D? What do you do?
You got to dedicate one day a week to at least being outside in the sun. So whether it could be yard work or a walk, but I always run at least once a week. I do a zone 2 run once a week, 4 or 5 miles. I try and run twice a week, but either way, once a week it would happen. Because even when I was Bahrain, like the thing was covered. I was still outside a good bit. Now, actually, I haven't had this problem in a while, because even in San Diego, my gym was outside, so I was getting plenty of sun there. But here, all my stuff is inside, and I probably won't take my stuff outside of my garage as much, even though I can. But yeah, making sure you're getting some sun outside, and if it's hot, brave the heat. That's as long as you're somewhat hydrated before, you're not going too crazy, then you'll be fine. And get some, I had to start getting some sort of like carbs and nutrients before. This is kind of a detour of getting sunshine, but if you're working out in the heat and the sun, then you're probably going to need a bit more. You're going to be burning through your carbs a bit more because your heart rate's going to be higher. But if it's cold, then you might just find some other reason to get some sun outside. Then because training, I know I'm a big wuss when it comes to training in the cold outside, but I'd still try and find a reason to go on like a walk or a hike or something to be outside in the sunshine, because no matter, I cannot for the life of me remember to take vitamin D supplements. I had a jar of vitamin D on my desk, always had it on my desk. I probably took it like twice, 2 or 3 times a month, because it was just like there, and like it became white noise. It wasn't out of sight, but it was out of mind.
You're supposed to stack the habits. You're supposed to put the vitamin D next to like the coffee machine, like where you're already taking action. That's what you got to do. Or put it like, what do you use as a coffee maker these days? You using pour over? Or are you doing
pour over? Yeah. So I grind and boil my water.
So just put the pill bottle in the top of the pour over. That way you like have to physically grab it to be able to make coffee. You'd probably just be like, make the coffee.
I forget to put it in because when it's drying, it's upside down. So I just be like, okay, well, it's over next to
it. And forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah. So vitamin D, I supplement in the winter because I really don't get that much sun in the winter. And it's not even like Texas isn't even like other places, but the sun's also a little bit weaker. Like I think it takes a lot more time to get vitamin D from the sun in the wintertime. And so I do think the sun is really important. Like I said, it is one of the EO3 elements. So I would just say do something to get outside. Joe, runs, or like he mentioned, yard work, things like that. I mean, can you take a kettlebell outside, and just at least do one workout out there? Can you set up some more permanent equipment outside? You could have, like I had an entire rig outside at one of my houses. I set it up, on the cement. You could do something like that. And if that's too crazy, you could have like a dedicated pull-up bar outside, either attached to the side of the house, or if you have you could put posts in the ground or something like that. I think anything that's just kind of forcing you to go outside a little bit more is going to be really helpful. And maybe just dedicating that time to getting that vitamin D. And if it's not going to be part of your training, that's fine. But you still need to go find time to do that and get the sun. Another thing that, speaking of habit stacking, if you're following the EO3 elements, getting vitamin D is one of them, but so is additional cardio. But it's really like a 10-minute walk or something like that. It's outside of your training. So like walking the dogs or going for a walk or whatever, it's, just getting that extra blood flow. And so you can stack those, going for a walk, during lunch or like whatever. So you're getting some vitamin D and you're going for that walk. You can do two things at once. And that's basically my routine when it's warm. So whatever, 9 to 11 months in Texas, I'll probably do like a walk with my shirt off, like just in my neighborhood, and get as much vitamin D as I can just for 10 or 15 minutes. And just know, based off of your skin type and color, you'll get vitamin D at different rates. I get all my vitamin D in 60 seconds. It's great.
Really quick.
But if you have like darker skin, it does take longer. I don't know the actual lengths of time. In all honesty, I probably middle of the summer, Texas, I'll probably burn in 30 minutes. Not like a severe burn, but I'll have a slight sunburn in 30 minutes if I've just completely like shirt off, unprotected. But I build up some immunity as time goes on, but not much more than that.
40 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's about it. Like that, I have a range. It's not large. I was even a lifeguard one summer, and I was dedicated that year. I was like, I am going to get a tan. I was like, I've never been tan before. I'm going to try it this year. And it was a year in college, and I looked different. I don't want to call it tan. I was like a permanently red, maybe, with a slight hint of tan. But if that's not enough deviation there for you, then
dirty pink.
yeah, something like that. But that's about it. You got to get the sun. If you can't do it in the basement, you just have to find time to do it.
Yeah, we go on walks at least 2 to 3. Yeah, we go on walks at least like 3 to 4 times a week, just like around the neighborhood. Even when it's cooler, like when we were traveling, it was cold out. We would still try and force ourselves to just walk around outside, just because getting fresh air and sunshine, we know that it's just good for you, and we enjoy it anyway. Even if you are braving the cold, and a little bit of mental toughness if it's a little bit of hormesis if it is super cold. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. So go get your sun. Quit making excuses. All right, that's it for this one. If you're listening to the podcast, 5-star review, positive comment really does help the show out. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, let us know how you like the video, and also make sure that you get notified of new ones coming out. But that's it for this week. Thanks for watching or listening. Thanks for listening to the Garage Gym Athlete podcast. If you want to learn more, go to garagegymathlete.com. You can learn about our training. Let us send you a copy of our book, The Garage Gym Athlete, or you can even get featured on the Garage Gym Athlete podcast. Thanks for listening.